day, this is Mass X with a new Bleach Immortal Souls video. I wanted to get this out as soon as I can to help everybody. With the new update came the renovated Transcend feature, which is now being called Hone, H-O-N-E. I wanted to go over it because I've probably spent the last 12 to 14 hours experimenting with it to find out what's good and what's bad with it. So, because let's be honest, they didn't give us much information. Just says we've renovated the Transcend feature, the Hone feature, and all invested materials were returned to your mailbox. So let's go in and take a look at it. There's some major pluses with it, and there's some major minuses with it. So if you go into your characters, and we'll just pick my Maori, and you go under promote. If your character is at 7 stars, previously you could transcend it. Now it has this new Hone feature. If you're a spender in the game, you are not going to be happy today. For instance, my Maori lost about 8,000 of its power. It was at 88 plus before, now it's at 81. It's a major downside for spenders because the old Transcend feature, from what I've been able to find, would definitely keep SSRs more viable long term. Because there's only so high you can go with this Hone feature currently. Red is the max. Orange is under that. It just follows suit with the enhancements. So green's your weakest, or blue is. Purple's next, orange, then red. So you're not going to be happy if you were a spender and had a lot of Transcend on any of your SSRs in particular. So, with that being said, why would they do this? Well, from what I can see, they did this for a few reasons. One, in the long run, it's probably going to cost more than Transcend to the players. Two, it makes SSRs less long-term viable, because even if you read out every SSR over time, or can, it will never get as close as a UR that has the same statistics. There's no chance. I've been sitting running the figures. But what's the plus side? Well, the plus side is if you don't spend a lot, it's going to even out the playing field, at least for a little while, but long term it probably won't make much of a difference because you won't have the amount of character shards and gold necessary to get them all to red. The other plus side is you can actually kind of plan out what you want your character to do. As you can see, looking here, there's all different options that come up. Block pierce chance, block, effect accuracy, attack, defense, HP. It shows you what's available. So the advanced attributes that are available for a skilled character are crit strength, crit chance, crit resistance, block strength. So you can really mold your character to what you want him to be most useful for your team. That's nice. But the problem is the cost. If you don't lock any of your characters, it basically costs 5 character shards and 7,500 gold, which seems great. But the problem is, as you keep rolling, you're going to want to keep your reds. That you can't get any higher than that. So that's why I have the lock symbol on HP plus 12,498. And that's where the problem lies. As soon as you lock one, now it's 10 character shards and 15,000. And as you lock each one, it goes up more and more. So when you're down to your last one, it's going to cost you 30 character shards and 45,000 gold to roll it. And my guess is the percentage to get red, from what I've seen from rolling on other ones, is pretty damn low. For instance, I was actually able to get a character in testing to almost all red. Yeah, Nemu. My Nemu I had over 2,000 shards. And I'm down to 437. And now, what's the likelihood I'm going to get red again? Got an orange. That's a little better. That just cost me, 30 more shards and 45,000. Let's see if I can even get a red. The percentage is going to be so low in the cost. Look at that. I'm burning through this so fast. I'm just keeping this for now because I only have one more to go. And that's where my problem lies. The cost and the percentages when you get down to that. And I would lay money, if I was a betting man, that the character, based on what it is, SR, UR, SSR, I wouldn't be shocked that those percentages are harder the higher up the character is. So a UR might have a little less than an SSR. Because I can tell you this, I had a hell of a time getting anything decent on mine. My Ichigo, I got 2 reds, and I was able to keep a bunch of oranges. He still lost about 2,000 from where he was before with the Transcend system. My Zangetsu took a huge hit. He dropped about 4,000. That was only with him able to get 2 reds. And I ended up having to leave off with a couple blues and a couple oranges. It's going to be a long-term process and a costly process. So that's where my issue lies. The one that took the biggest hit, actually, not to digress, is my Byakuya. He was 98. He took a 5,000 hit. I was able to only roll 1 red. Which is interesting because when you go down, this is why I think the odds are higher the lower you are. There's another SR. I was able to get, 5 reds and an orange. This one I was only able to get 2. Uryu, Sasuke, I know I had a lot of shards that got back to me. I don't think I had nearly as much for Mashiro. And Shuhei I stopped on because the gold burning was just getting ridiculous. But I think it's no coincidence that I was able to get more reds than on SRs than I was able to on SSRs. I mean, look at my Uri. Ugh. So, thoughts. First thing, recommendation. If you're going to do this, don't do just one roll. Save up to do multiples. Your percentage of getting anything is going to be higher if you can do multiple rolls. So, if it's the first time you get something to a 7-star, roll it once, just so you get a little bit of a boost, and then sit on it unless you've got a minimum, I think, of 5 rolls. And what you're going to want to do is roll and only lock something when you're 100% sure you want to keep it. And in my opinion right now, I'm only keeping reds. Now, that might not be best for everybody, and orange might be better. That's fine, your choice. But no, as soon as you put that first lock down, your cost goes up. That second lock, cost goes up. So that's my recommendation on it. I think that's the only way to maximize what you're getting. So, in the end, it may turn out to be a good mechanic, but right now, without an explanation, without any sort of heads up to everybody or reasoning behind it, I have to admit, wasn't very happy. But the soul halls turned out to be a good thing. Hopefully this will in the long run. Good luck with it. If you have any questions, hit me up. Just remember, hoard your shards. Don't do individual rolls except for that first time. Keep your percentages as high as you can when you're doing this because it's too costly not to. Thanks. Have a good day.